All right, let's talk about an absolute giant of the internet that somehow still feels like a well-kept secret to so many people. Reddit. This is a place that shapes our digital world in ways you probably don't even realize.
And wow, this quote from Jacob Bank, it just nails it, doesn't it? While all the other big platforms are constantly grabbing the spotlight, Reddit is over here, thriving and playing by a completely different set of rules. So here's how we're going to break it all down. First, we'll get into why it's so misunderstood. Then, we'll look at what actually makes it tick. After that, we'll uncover how it secretly shapes internet culture. And finally, we'll give you a roadmap for how you can start exploring it yourself.
Okay, first up, let's tackle the biggest question right away. Why does Reddit feel so, well, chaotic to pretty much every newcomer? It's because it's nothing like what we've been trained to expect from social media.
This right here gets to the absolute core of it. Most of the internet we use every day feels like a glossy brochure or a giant shopping mall. It's all curated, it's polished, and it's usually designed to sell you something. Reddit is the total opposite. It's more like a messy but totally authentic public square. Think of it like a handwritten notebook being passed around a campfire instead of some perfectly designed, sleek app.
So how in the world can one single platform be so many different things all at once? Well, the secret is, it's not one single place at all. It's a massive collection of individual communities.
And this number right here, this is the key to understanding everything. We're talking about over 100,000 active communities, which are called subreddits. So you shouldn't think of Reddit as a country, but more like a federation of tiny, independent city-states, and every single one has its own culture, its own language, and its own rules. And the diversity is just staggering. You've got these huge communities for world news and hard science sitting right next to these super niche hobbies like, how to care for bonsai trees. You have places for brilliant, simple problem solving, and then you have the beautiful, chaotic energy of r/Wall Street Bets, a community that literally coordinated to shake the foundations of Wall Street.
And this is why it feels so different. It really comes down to two things: anonymity and community governance. See, unlike other platforms, you're not building a personal brand. You're just a pseudonym, which, encourages a different kind of honesty. And each little community is run by volunteers, not some big corporate team. It's democracy. And yeah, it can be raw and messy, which definitely creates real challenges for moderation and can sometimes lead to echo chambers.
Now, this deep focus on community builds a completely different kind of value. And it's exactly why Reddit is so often underappreciated by people who only measure success in viral videos and influencer deals. This really gets to the core difference, right? Reddit prioritizes substance over spectacle. Where other platforms are all about rewarding those short bursts of dopamine, Reddit is built to reward long, in-depth discussions. It's way less about perfect aesthetics and way more about crowdsourced expertise and, messy, nuanced debates.
And get this, it is not a small niche. We're talking about over 500 million monthly active users. But even with that massive scale, Reddit almost never gets the same kind of cultural respect as its big tech siblings, and that's mostly because it just refuses to play by their rules.
All right, now we get to Reddit's overlooked superpower. The source material calls it the internet's underground river, and it's a perfect description. It quietly shapes the landscape of the entire web, even if you never actually see it flowing.
I mean, just think about it for a second. That meme you saw on Instagram this morning? Yeah, there's a really good chance it started as a joke in some niche subreddit a week ago, got refined in r/memes, and then just exploded everywhere else. Major news stories often get their first breath of life here from actual eyewitnesses. And of course, the whole GameStop saga was born and raised in r/Wall Street Bets. Culture is often created here before it ever goes mainstream.
And the scale of these communities is it's immense. With tens of millions of subscribers, places like r/Funny and r/AskReddit are not just forums anymore. They're basically digital city-states, each one with a massive active population. And then you get these incredible phenomenons like this one, Am I the Asshole, or AITAH as it's known. This one simple direct question powers one of the most fascinating and fastest-growing communities on the entire platform. It basically turns people's personal conflicts into these huge public ethics debates for millions to weigh in on. When you look at the explosive growth of communities like r/AskReddit and r/AITAH, it shows you something really important. It points to this deep human hunger for shared experience, for a bit of moral clarity, and for a way to just make sense of our complicated world together.
Okay,
So maybe you're convinced. Maybe you're thinking, all right, I'm in. I want to check this out. But how do you jump into this sprawling federation of universes without getting totally and completely overwhelmed? Don't worry, here's a simple roadmap to get you started.
Honestly, the key is just to start with your interests. Dip your toes into r/Today I Learned for some fascinating trivia, or check out r/Uplifting News if you just need a break from all the bad headlines. But the real magic, the real secret sauce of Reddit, happens when you actually participate. Ask a question, share your thoughts. This is a place that really rewards curiosity.
And really, at the end of the day, this is what makes Reddit so special in today's digital world. It is one of the last rare refuges for genuine, messy, human interaction. It's a place where anonymity can actually lead to honesty, and where expertise rises to the top organically from a community, not because someone has a blue check mark.
So, we'll just leave you with that thought. In this age of polished perfection and constant influencer fatigue, maybe the raw, democratic, and often overlooked corners of the internet are exactly what we need. What if that curious, community-driven internet that we all think we lost never really went away?